through spring camp now, how does that rush linebacker look? Is it still as competitive as it was in the beginning?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. They've battled pretty well. I think they've handled the fact that they're competing with each other really well overall. And day to day, we got to find the guy that's the most consistent. And there'll be multiple ways we can utilize those guys.
Do you think all three of them could play in certain rotations and certain settings, depending on matchups and what other teams are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coach Clays does an awesome job of if a guy, can do it, whatever that is, whatever package he can be in, we try to find a way for him to play. And so with that being said, yeah, I think all three have a role for us.
Do you think all three kind of bring a different skill set to the table to a degree?
Yeah, to a degree. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, just like everybody. Throughout the summer and throughout fall camp, we'll try to limit the weaknesses, and we know who they are, know who their strengths are, and keep those that way, and make sure they understand how to utilize that. But you're always trying to work their weaknesses as well.
What have you thought about your 6 special teams units so far this year?
Yeah,
Or this spring, I should say.
Yeah, sure. I think the attitude's been tremendous. Last spring coming in, I should say, you're trying to just get that buy-in and get them all to understand how important it was. And now it just makes it easier as a coach when you walk into the meeting room and actually show clips of our team doing it the previous year where it helped us. So from that standpoint, the mentality's there. Execution probably wasn't as good and never will be in the spring as you want, right? But I think the guys are working hard, and so we'll get there eventually.
What is the 6OV hashtag?
Yeah, it's just something we kind of utilize in our meeting room to just kind of create buy-in and just kind of take pride in it.
Well, can you break down just kind of your depth at gunner for the upcoming year?
Yeah, we try to use a lot of guys. We have a lot of guys that can really run, and so I like to put a lot of guys on the field at gunner because it's not that complex what they do. And the other thing is it helps us stay fresh. So it's not the same corner going out there, the same receiver going out there every single rep on punt, in addition to his offensive and defensive roles.
Do you have anyone that's kind of like above the rest when it comes to that gunner spot right now?
No, like I said, I want to be 3 deep there on both sides, so 6 guys, and I think we're there. Yeah.
I know there hasn't been as much turnover in the coaching staff this year, but in terms of your areas for recruiting, are those the same this year, and what are those areas?
We've moved a couple guys around, but it's the same. General areas are getting covered the same way. I mean, we're going to cover the whole state of California, obviously, Washington, Idaho, Utah, Salt Lake City area at least, and then we're going to get down in Arizona and on the islands as well.
And then Bellantoni, is he just taking over Wilson's spot? Or do they give him kind of areas where he's more comfortable with?
Yeah, Rock's probably going to be a couple different places he's been. Obviously, he knows Florida and all that, but I think he'll be in San Diego a little bit more, and I'll be in more of the Inland Empire a little bit more.
What's the first thing you guys do as coaches after spring camp is over? And I know just back recruiting, or do you take?
I'm going to pack my bag tonight and get on a plane at 5 a.m. in the morning. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll take the film home with me tonight. But I guess that's the first thing we're going to do right now. You try to get your meeting, like Monday of this week, you try to get your player meetings done. That way, we hit practice field at night, and it's pretty much, then we're gone, and the strength staff has them.
Do you like the idea of having this extra practice that Leach has after the spring game, where most programs close with the spring game, but you guys can correct stuff and go through everything again?
I do, because you get to watch the film with them that way. I mean, that's pretty simple, right? And so you can watch the film with them and try to clean those things up today. And then from a special team standpoint, I've always utilized it as a situational practice too.
More kind of about the rush position. How important do you think it is to have all 3 guys still have another year after this? Just have a lot of youth at that spot.
Yeah, I tell them all the time. I mean, the sky's the potential if we just continue to progress. But we can't take that time and use it as a luxury. We got to get better every single day. And for the most part, I think we did that.
And is it really just the 3 guys for the most part? Ron, Willie, and Dom?
Yeah, right now. Mm-hmm.